This is an act-based mindfulness exercise called Leaves on a Stream. It's a diffusion exercise which helps us to learn a new way of relating to our thoughts rather than struggling and fighting and arguing with the thoughts or trying to suppress or avoid the thoughts. These diffusion skills help us to move into a mindful space to just observe thoughts and just let them come and go like clouds in the sky without the energy draining effects of struggling and fighting with the thoughts. With regular practice, these diffusion exercises can help us to see thoughts as thoughts when they're occurring, and not to get lost in thoughts when they are catastrophizing about the future or dwelling on things about the past in a way where we get lost in them and no longer recognize that they are thoughts about the past or thoughts about the future, and we are experiencing them as if they were happening right at this moment in time, which makes them very, very difficult sometimes to be with. But if we can diffuse from them and recognize that we are having a memory of the past or having an image or thought about some problem in the future, and we recognize that this is what they are, then it makes it a little bit easier to handle the thought and be with it without the struggle and without the fight. Now, it's quite normal in these exercises for the mind to wander off onto a different topic or some other worry, and then we lose the sense of mindfulness, and we get lost in the thought. And this is exactly what we're trying to catch, if you like, to notice this tendency happening to get lost in a thought and to pull ourselves out of it and just to notice the thoughts arising without getting lost in them. So by regular practice of this exercise, perhaps even on a daily basis, over time, we start to notice you get less and less caught up and lost in thoughts, and you're aware of thoughts as they occur. And this makes it easier to handle difficult thoughts over time. So before we start the formal exercise, find a comfortable chair to sit on. Keep both feet on the ground. Keep the back upright and your hands gently resting on your lap. So, when you're sitting comfortably, take 3 long, slow, deep breaths. And as you're breathing in and out, imagine you were actually breathing in and out from the base of your feet on the ground. This helps us to become very grounded and in the present moment. So just really notice as you breathe in, your feet on the ground. And as you notice you're breathing out, imagine you're breathing out from your feet on the ground. If you're noticing your mind is wandering to other topics, that's perfectly normal. Just notice this and bring your attention just back to the feet on the ground. Now just notice your whole body resting on the chair. Notice the sensations in your left and your right leg. You might just want to say something like noticing tingling or noticing heat. Just have a few words just to label what you are noticing. Now notice your whole back. Just breathe into your back. Just notice in a few words what sensations you are experiencing right now. And again, if the mind is wandering off on something that happened yesterday or something that's going to happen tomorrow, just bring it back to just noticing what's happening right now. Notice the sensations in your back. Now notice the sensations in the front of your body, in your lung area, in your stomach area. Now notice the sensations in your arms and your fingers. Again, just use a few words like noticing relaxation or noticing tension. Just notice in a very mindful, non-judgmental way, just noticing what is there, whatever it feels like. Now notice your shoulders, your neck, and your head. Just notice what is there. Now notice your whole body just resting on the chair. Okay. To start the leaves on a stream exercise, imagine you were sitting on a nice grassy bank overlooking a stream flowing very gently in front of you. It's a beautiful sunny day and you're in a beautiful countryside area. And you're just comfortably resting on this grassy bank, noticing the water flowing below you. And as you notice the water, you can see leaves floating gently on the water. The leaves are of different colours and different shapes. Now what I'd like you to do is to imagine that you were like a wizard from one of the Harry Potter movies, and you could magically draw out a thought in your head as it appears in your head and make it magically appear on the leaf, on the stream below you. So it doesn't really matter what the thought is that is passing through your head. What I'd like you to do is to be able to catch the thought with your magic wand and just place it on the leaf below you. It could appear as a word or a few words, or it could appear as a picture of some form. So if you could begin that right now, as soon as you notice a thought popping up in your mind, just imagine it appearing on one of the leaves below you and just watch it gently float along the stream. And then when another thought pops up, just again feel as though you could magically make that thought appear on the leaf and just see it floating on the stream below you. It doesn't really matter what the thoughts that are appearing in your mind are. The aim of the exercise is to see whether you can separate yourself from the thoughts and to see thoughts as they're appearing. So if you notice yourself getting lost in a thought, i.e. you've forgotten that you're sitting on the bank watching the river because you've lost yourself in a thought, then wake up and just get back to just noticing yourself resting on the bank and place whatever thought that was on the leaf and just watch it gently floating along the stream. If you are a beginner at this exercise, you may be amazed by how many thoughts you are having. This is quite normal. Just notice the thoughts and just keep putting them gently on the leaves on the stream. Even you have to do them many hundreds of times in this short space of time. Now, if you want to expand this exercise, you can start to think of a topic area in your life where you struggle a lot with certain thoughts that pop up. And you could imagine yourself with the people concerned or the situation concerned and repeat this exercise with the thoughts that are popping up in that particular situation. And just see if you can catch the thoughts that are passing through your mind and just stand back and observe them in this mindful space. The aim of this exercise is not to make the thoughts disappear or float away forever. This is unlikely to happen. The aim of the exercise is just to create a mindful space in which we can notice we are having thoughts, and with this mindful distance from the thoughts we can then respond to the thoughts in a more appropriate manner. So you can repeat this exercise for maybe another 5 or 10 minutes, but when you feel like it's time to end the exercise, then become aware of your feet on the ground. Take a few deep breaths in and out, feeling your weight resting on your feet and your whole body being supported by the chair you're sitting on. And then be aware of the room around you. Maybe notice some colours and some shapes of objects. Notice the sounds around you. This is the end of the